Hey everyone, Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad to have you here today. If you are new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're going to have just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description box below. All of the regular days and times that I stream here on YouTube are listed there, as is information about my online Reiki certification classes, community Discord, crystal shop, and social media. If you are here live, go ahead and click that live chat button and make any requests that you happen to have for your personal healing. We will start off by building a beautiful crystal grid together to exactly the specifications that you request. And then at about the 45 to 50 minute point, we will transition into a quick explanation of Reiki. And then I will turn down the lights, turn up the music, and send Reiki healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So thanks again so much for being here. Thank you for understanding too that I needed to cancel yesterday's stream at the last minute. Everything's fine. It just wasn't going to work. And yeah, the kittens are definitely getting used to my routine. They seem to know the difference of when I'm sitting down for community distance Reiki. We've got one already stationed on my lap and the other at my feet. So yes, we will probably get some photo bombs going in. But it's good to see everybody. I see lots of requests already in the chat, so let's go ahead and dive right in. I've already started a little bit of a grid for us as usual, so let's take a peek. Okay, cool. So here is, as per usual, we have a copper spiral. Copper helps to get energy moving, break up blockages, get things going. It's a great way to kind of ground and begin. We've also got, I skipped ahead and I saw that Sean just had surgery for a kidney stone. I am so sorry. So I'm bringing in the first stone for you. This is Mookaite. This is thought to help not only with making decisions, but also with things like bladder pain, kidney pain, ureter pain. So this is all for you. It's a great stone for all of those things and more, but definitely like making decisions. Also a bit of an immune boost if you're working on that or if you're, setting an anticipation for that. But making decisions and also accepting change. So we're going to go ahead and we'll bring this piece here. This piece happens to be definitely irregular. It's hard to see in the camera, but right there in the center, you might notice that it's almost like a piece is missing. That's because there was some wood that this stone formed around. Oops, sorry, kitten. There was some wood that this stone formed around, and then when it started to be cut, they found it. It was in there. So the wood is very old. It's starting to come apart. It did not fossilize, so it's essentially just included in that specimen. But yeah, this is Australia Jasper or Mookaite. I just think it's a really cool specimen. So, yep, the things we unearth, the splinters we unearth when we start digging, right? So we've also got lots of other requests. So let's dive into those. Sean, you're so welcome. I hope you feel better. Let's see. So, health, materialization, be on time for the highest good. Gotcha. Chrysoprase, garnet, flower, agate, white coral. So, flower agate helps us to bloom and blossom into the next version of ourselves, into who we're meant to be. I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. This also has a bit of a vug. That's the term of what I just mentioned with this specimen, where there was something organic in the stone and at some point it rotted away and then it left this hole, this void within the stone itself. And within that void, new crystals begin to form, which I think is kind of interesting. There we go. We'll bring both of those together. We've also got white coral. This was sustainably harvested off of a beach in Florida. This one is after a storm, actually. This helps us to truly follow our soul's mission, our our real journey, the next steps that we're meant to take, even when we feel a bit distracted or we second guess ourselves or we have some doubt. This can help us to really just embrace the next steps in our future. So we'll go ahead and we'll at least put that there for now. Chrysoprase, if a kitten will let me have my hand. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Chrysoprase is fantastic for anything that has to do with respecting ourselves for the progress we've already made. It's excellent for anti-burnout. It's excellent for disappointment. Anytime that we feel like we can't keep going, when we're just like, feel like I've been going at this for so long and I just don't know if I can keep going. This reminds us of all of the progress we've already made, allows us to take kind of a victory lap, feel a little bit more supported in our heart, and encourages us to keep going. It also helps with follow through and completing goals. So I often recommend this after like a big loss or a career upset or something like that, like to keep going or to pick a new direction, whatever it might be. It can kind of help you do that. And we have a crazy kitten. We have garnet next. This helps with courage, organization. There you go. Play with some garnet. Courage, organization, creativity, but also this sense of calming and stability even in times of change. This allows us to get some good leadership qualities in, allows us to prioritize better, and allows us to start to make some really solid plans to take steps towards the future. I love this together with chrysoprase. Moonstone I saw. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Wealth, blessings, weight loss, cardio. Gotcha. Oh, good stuff. Hi, welcome in, Emma, Sammy, Melissa, Vincent, Vic, JS, good to see you. Maria. I didn't say hello to Cora yet, so hello, Cora Carr. Maria, Maricela. Violet Integration, good to see you. Yeah, awesome. So let's see. Wealth, blessings, weight loss, cardio. So let's do some abundance. Citrine is often our go-to for manifesting financial resources and resources in general. This is an abundance stone for sure. Often placed in the back left corner of a room, saying that with the door to your back, that can really help with calling in the financial abundance. It can also be placed anywhere that you do any kind of financial work, anywhere that you bring in money, so a cash box of a business, something like that. This can help call that in. So let's bring that in. It also helps balance intuition and logic, which can always be really helpful. Go. So there's some citrine. Let's see. Weight loss and cardio. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Unikite because that really helps with metabolism. And we've been using this quite a bit for a lot of the things that it does. But Unikite is like a woman's health stone overall, but especially when it has to do with fluids in the body, metabolism, and cardiac stuff. So this can be really helpful. This is also great for any part of a woman's life and any kind of hormonal shift too. This is pregnancy, birth, delivery, fertility. It's menopause, it's onset of menses. It's all of those different things, and even like wishes for happy, healthy marriage. This makes a beautiful wedding gift, but it's also just really great for women's health in general. So let's go ahead and place these here. It's also used for addictions, particularly with smoking cessation. And let's see. So thank you for being here. Calm anxiety, good communications, calling in a job and a home that's right for you. Absolutely, JS. So good to see everyone. Oh, Vic, thank you for that. Let's see. Mood stability, grief and loss. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Maria. Let's go ahead and bring in Jet, which is good for Patty's cat is missing. This is thought to call in missing pets, but it's also excellent for anything having to do with grief. Jet is fossilized wood, but usually this isn't the kind of fossilized wood that gets to be fossilized in its time. This is wood that's been fossilized through incredible heat, so like volcanic activity, usually, sometimes very, very hot fires. It doesn't look like wood. It looks like a stone. It more or less is now. It's not really wood anymore, but it was. This is excellent for grief, especially if it was a very sudden loss. This helps us to be with our grief and be in our grief, but without being overwhelmed by it and without kind of numbing to it. So it helps in that in between to just sort of be present with how we're feeling. So I'm going to bring this in, and I wish you all the love and luck in the world. I'm so sorry for your loss. Let's go ahead and bring that in. Okay, and I hope that helps. Vic, thank you for sharing me with some friends. Yeah, we have a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're almost halfway there. At 1,000 subscribers, we unlock a lot of things that we can do with the channel for enhancing community, but also it helps to monetize the channel, and it helps push me out to a lot of other people. So that's our next big goal. So thank you for helping me make it to 500. Seriously appreciate that. Back pain relief. Okay. Anxiety, calling in a job and a home. Lots of anxiety I'm seeing, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in some green calcite. This is one of my go-tos when I'm having a lot of anxiety. It helps with releasing the physical tension that can come with that anxiety as well. So if you tend to get stressed out and like get a neck ache or a headache or a muscle spasm or anything like that, it can help alleviate that as well. But it's also great with just nervousness and stress, just stress, anxiety, worry. It helps to support the heart and move some of that energy out. So we're going to go ahead and put it right here with the chrysoprase. So many heartstones. There we go. And I want to do some rutilated quartz too. Actually, tourmalinated. This is black tourmaline running through clear quartz. So black tourmaline on its own, which I think someone did request, it helps to repel negative or less than desirable energies, even stagnant energy. And when it's put through quartz like this, it actually helps in a number of different ways. This is a very multi-purpose stone. It's not only considered like protective of travel, especially by car, but it also helps with cardiac health. It helps with any kind of scar tissue anywhere in the body, breaking up blockages. It's thought to support like the breakup of like blocked arteries and things, but it's definitely thought to be used for like scar tissue. So if you've recently had a surgery and are struggling with that, especially orthopedic surgeries with that. Additionally, it can help us with manifesting new opportunities to earn money, like new job, new career, and new gig, new flows and avenues of money as well. This can be really helpful for that. It's also really helpful for, in general, like if you're looking for new resources, new home, new apartment, this can be really supportive as well. So we're going to go ahead and put these guys in here. Let's see. Okay, and I'm going to keep on going. There we go. Okay. 447 so far. We are getting there. Technical challenge, need Reiki for it, and empath, depression, and anxiety. Yep, gotcha. You're very welcome, Maria. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay. Pain relief. So here's Maricella's. The stone for healthcare workers. So we have Amazonite, rhodochrosite, clear quartz, let's go with clear quartz first. Clear quartz is an amplifier stone, and it helps to intensify any intentions you've already made. It can also help amplify the energy of any crystal that might be around. There you go. We're going to go ahead and also do, you asked for some other ones, black tourmaline. Oh, pink tourmaline too. Carnelian. Oh, and we already got Unikite. Sorry for the crackle. This is some black tourmaline, and as we mentioned earlier, this helps to repel negative or less than desirable energies. If you struggle with like energy that comes in from outside or from a neighbor, or you sit next to someone at work and it just does not feel great, putting some black tourmaline kind of inconspicuously between you and the source of that kind of unbalanced energy, including energy from items like unbalanced electric equipment, things like that. This can be a really helpful stone to kind of keep your energy clear. Moonstone helps anything that you're doing with the cycles or the rhythms of the moon and nature in general. Here we go. Moonstone is very connected with everything lunar, and I often think of it as being related to the High Priestess card. So this is arcane wisdom, knowledge. If you're looking to learn older spiritual truths, if you're studying things like tarot or astrology, if you are looking to hone your intuition, connect with the divine feminine, or even attract love, this can be excellent. Also for attracting love, carnelian. But I'm going to bring this in. So that's Moonstone. There's Moonstone, there's Rainbow Moonstone, which is more white. It almost looks like white labradorite. That's really what it is. They're all very much related to labradorite. Rhodochrosite helps with mother-child bonding and any type of mother-child wound or mother-child healing that you're working with. If you're doing like inner child work, this is a fantastic stone as well. This one is also thought to be helpful for the heart and the cardiac system. Also helpful for journeying. Some people do use it for mediumship and things like that, but particularly connecting with ancestors and even deceased pets if we feel like we want to have a connection with them. Also thought to be helpful for things like asthma and working with the lungs. So if anyone's struggling with that, we've got rhodochrosite. We also have Amazonite, which that's coming up. Amazonite is helpful for it's definitely a good one for anybody that works in healthcare or just caregiving. It could even be a family member that you're caregiving for. Even if you're the person whose phone tends to ring when things go wrong and you are the caregiver, then this is for you. Amazonite helps with self-respect and self-care and realizing that we are just as important as the people we love and care about. This allows us to prioritize some self-care, so it can also aid burnout in that regard. But it's also wonderful for the spine and spinal nerves. So any kind of pain there, we've used it here for someone who's going through like spinal stenosis, for sciatica, things like that. This can be a really beautiful stone to work with. But yeah, anybody that works with caring, whether it's child care or anything like that. Let's see. Is there enough room to squeak you in here? Let's see. Go. Pink tourmaline helps to open up the pathways of the heart, open us up to being able to hold more love in our heart and invite that love in, especially if we've been feeling really closed off. I like this as a support for anyone that's going through grief. So I know that came up for Maria. So yeah, definitely something to bring in. But anytime that you just need like an abundance of loving heart energy, this can be really helpful. These are some fairly small specimens. If you, like, what's being mined of this stone right now, if you were to purchase it online, it would probably look something more like this. So if you do see specimens like this, it's the same thing. It's just the little pieces that I have were more or less carved out of a specimen like this. Oh, and the kittens are falling asleep already. Awesome. Carnelian, too. Okay. Perfect. Overcoming fears. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And Emma, I have some good ones for that. So carnelian is great for relationships and apathy. For Emma, I'm going to grab red tiger eye, and I'll explain that in a moment. But carnelian is great for relationships on every level. So number one, it's one of the most excellent stones for folks who are dealing with fertility struggles. So this and unakite together are the most common recommendations for that. Carnelian's also just a multi-purpose stone. It does so much. It helps with the way we relate to others and the way that we can work collaboratively. So this makes really great stone for like a shared living situation, work environment, new work project, new workplace. This is also really helpful for cold and allergies too. It's often indicated for that. And anything having to do with like finding a good soul-based relationship, and anything having to do with sex and sexuality is carnelian. So let's go ahead and place these here. Well, let's do... Carnelian is just such a pretty stone. I love that shade of orange. It's like that deep red orange. Red tiger eye is highly protective in the physical realm and in the spiritual and psychic realm as well. So whether you're trying to protect yourself against like really bad energy or even like malevolent energy, like somebody is intentionally doing that kind of stuff, if you are trying to keep a person at bay that is negative or someone is sort of messing with you, this can be a great stone to help affirm that boundary. I'm really sorry that you're dealing with that. This is also helpful for even like toxic environments. Not physically toxic, but like emotionally and interpersonally toxic. Bullying, gaslighting, goading people, those sort of like really unbalanced sorts of environments and relationships. It helps to calm bullying. It's an effective aid against triangulation and that people start to see through it. It's also helpful for manifesting quick money. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, anti-psychic attack, anti-bullying, anti-picking on. And it's one of the more powerful protection stones. So I hope that is helpful for you, for what little I can provide you in that regard. This would be the thing. But all the best to you as you move forward. Absolutely, you're totally welcome. And heart issues with your job, holiday season. Sammy, any Reiki crystals for psychic medium? Yes, a lot of good ones. There is rhodochrosite, which is there. It's this pink one. There is labradorite, blue kyanite helps with understanding the messages that are coming through. There's pyrite that can be helpful. The most potent one is definitely sapphire. Definitely sapphire. But yeah, lots of good ones. Rainbow, moonstone. Lapis to a point. Some people use it that way. I'm going to bring in some sapphire for it. Sapphire is one of the strongest stones for intuitive growth and development and connecting to spirit guides and being able to connect. If you're looking specifically for angels, I would suggest celestite or angelite. If you're looking specifically for spirit guides, like animal spirit guides, I would suggest leopard skin jasper. But this is sapphire. This definitely is, this, like I said, the strongest stone of connecting and opening in terms of psychic ability and intuition, especially and including mediumship. So, but because it is so strong and it opens the receptivity of some folks so readily, I highly recommend using it with something that's very grounding as well. So like a red jasper or onyx or something. Onyx is great because not only is it grounding, but it's also protective. So that's a good one. I'm going to put this right here. But yeah, this is blue sapphire. This is what raw blue sapphire looks like. These wouldn't be the same kind of quality that we would want to see like carved into a ring, but it's the same stone. It just looks different. How do I spell that? That's sapphire. And I think the other one that I was talking about before that was red tiger eye. Yeah. So let me know. I hope that I hope that I'm spelling the one that Maricela was asking for. Let me see. Relationships, self-love, self-expression, and boundaries. I like that. Definitely carnelian for boundaries, relationships. Self-love is definitely amazonite, which is here. Self-expression. I'm just looking at what everyone else is mentioning. Yeah, let's go ahead with a... Oh, absolutely, Sammy. Oh, and you're welcome, Maricela. Let's go ahead and bring in some blue lace agate This is helpful for things like communicating things that are difficult to communicate, whether it's sensitive for you or you're trying to convey it in a way that is sensitive towards the person who it needs to hear it, but also self-love too. But self-expression, giving yourself enough support and love to support yourself in that expression. It also can be helpful for anything having to do with sore throat, and I know a lot of people are struggling with that right now. Also things like allergies and things like that. Allergies, asthma, and even arthritis in some cases, this is indicated. So yeah, I would say this is a good one for expressing yourself, especially when it's difficult things. Yeah, so blue lace agate there. Overcoming fears. Definitely. For mood stability, we have lepidolite. It can look a lot of different ways. It can look like a solid, like purpley kind of color, or it can be like these purpley sparkle kind of things. Lithium is like a natural mica. It's actually part of the periodic table, but lithium is used, you may be familiar with the name of it, as a mental health medication. It's been used for that since at least like the 1940s. But on a spiritual kind of side, like how we work with it, it helps with soothing and calming emotions, especially when your emotions are kind of all over the place or erratic. It's a general like mood booster too, which can be really helpful. It can help with patterns that need releasing also, especially if you're having a hard time facing those things, as well as sometimes it can be a good one to help you figure out, like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay at this job? Should I leave this job? That kind of stuff. Lepidolite. So for emotional stability, lepidolite. These lepidolite are really interesting in that there's also amazonite in them. And amazonite, as we talked about, that's the one that has to do with people who are caregivers, helping the spinal nerves, but also self-respect and self-care. So I hope that helps, Vic. Let's see. Pain relief too. Korakar. For intuition, you use pearl, mother of pearl, moonstone, rainbow moonstone, labradorite, and rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz is to amplify your intuition of the other stones. Absolutely. And I have some rutilated quartz, so I'll bring that in. And yeah, lepidolite can look a lot of different ways. So just know that if you're looking for it out there and you're like, wait, this looks all different, it can look very different. The whole should I stay, should I go, your life is in a shambles, as they say. Gotcha. I totally understand. So let's bring in some rutilated. So these are all examples of rutilated quartz. Sometimes there'll be just a little bit of rutils. Sometimes the rutils will be silver. Sometimes they're more gold. Sometimes they're more of like this bronze color. Sometimes the specimen has other stones in it, like this has some pyrite in it. Rutilated quartz, in addition to like amping up the intuition of other stones around it, this also helps direct energy exactly where it needs to go and it can help with giving us a boost of energy. If we're trying to keep well, like we don't want to get run down if we're avoiding that, or if we're trying to get our energy back after having been sick. This is thought to be really, really helpful. It also helps with balancing mind and body. So we'll go ahead, we'll actually put it on top of this quartz, the clear quartz. Love it. Let's see. Cool. And dog's ear infection, tummy issues, peace and harmony with family visiting for the holidays. Absolutely. So leopard skin jasper has wonderful healing abilities, anything having to do with animals. But it's also one that can help with things like even like any kind of skin infection, especially if it's secondary infection, like fungal infection, parasitic infection, anything impacting the skin, really. This is one that I have foster kittens that had ringworm when I brought them home, and I treated them for that and cleared it for them. But because they were animals that needed healing and it was something skin and fungal, I kept a lot of this around. It can be really helpful. It's also thought to help coordination and balance, especially in people that struggle with things like vertigo or inner ear stuff, and connecting with your spirit guides, like your animal spirit guides. So there we go. I'll put those in there. Moss agate can help with any kind of infection in the body. And when I say infection, usually that means bacterial infection, like where you would take an antibiotic that a doctor prescribes, which, you know, that's what that is for. This is for any kind of, like, in Chinese medicine, when they use terms like infection, it can mean anything that is not supposed to be in the body that's there, like an invader. It means more like invader. And that's kind of what moss agate really helps. This is anything that's in the body that really shouldn't be there, that's kind of taking root. So it could be any kind of, whether it's bacterial, fungal, viral, whatever might be the case, moss agate is thought to be very, very helpful. It's also very, very grounding, and it allows us to kind of move energy through the body and allows the body to recalibrate. Sort of like if you've ever had like one infection and you get treated for it, and then it's like, okay, good, we got the bacterial infection under control. That's a big deal. Okay, great. Oh, now I'm getting a little bit of a fungal infection. You know, yeah, stuff like that, like where your body just ends up out of whack for a while. This can really help, in addition to any meds that you may take, to like keep all of the systems as in balance as possible. So moss agate. And where shall we place you? Let's do... Cool, so that can be really helpful. Rutilated quartz helps keep you from getting psychic exhaustion. That's really interesting. I'm going to try that next time I do a whole bunch of readings in one day. Yeah. Tummy issues, definitely mookaite can really help calm digestion, if that's what it is, if your digestion is a little bit fiery. Cool. So I think I got everybody's requests. If anyone has another one, let me know. Oh, overcoming fears I wanted to bring in. Definitely Onyx. I use Onyx and red jasper oftentimes for that. So let's bring in the red jasper. This helps with the root chakra, everything having to do with vital needs, primal urges, fight or flight, all of the things that we need to feel physically supported. And when that gets out of whack, we can have a lot of, it can be a great one for grounding anxiety in that way, but it's also just really great for grounding in general and kind of coming back into your human body, but also acknowledging like, okay, physical needs, there's something that's setting me off. I'm really worried. I'm really frightened. This can help us focus on rebalancing the energy associated with that. So because it can also work on anxiety like that, I'm going to put it near the green calcite. And black onyx is also really great for grief and protection. And we had those requests today too, so I'll bring that in. Yeah, black onyx is also good too if you want to connect with any kind of spiritual connection and stuff. It's a great one in that it's grounding and it doesn't inhibit our intuitive connection at the same time, and it's very protective. But this one is one that can help us work through fears, especially if that fear is rooted in an experience that happened earlier in this life or even a past life. This can be helpful in kind of working through those fears in a way that doesn't necessarily trigger them or involve reliving them. So yeah, this is very much linked with like past life healing too. So I'm not sure which it is for you, but why not throw it in there for both? Okay. So let's bring this in here. And so now I think we're at that point where I'm going to do that thing where I pick a couple of stones that I think are supportive of the overall requests. And while you vote on it, I will be explaining what Reiki is to anyone who is new to the concept. And then we will dive into the healing. So let's see. Give me just a moment to kind of think about what else is being asked here. Chat amongst yourselves. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do so. Let's see. Already both. Both. All right. All right, I think we've got it. Okay. So, our options today. The first is blue kyanite. Blue kyanite because definitely like radical self-acceptance. I'm seeing a lot of self-doubt in here, but also this helps us with understanding the spiritual guidance that we're getting. And it looks like that's kind of a thing too. I know that that's something a few of my friends are struggling with too. They're like, I've had this dream and this usually means this, but I'm not sure what this means at all. So there's that. There's also, this helps with just sort of radical self-acceptance, accepting and loving yourself exactly as you are. So we'll bring that in. Blue tiger eye also. This helps with speaking our truth when we need to, strong truth tellers, and protecting truth tellers. So a lot of times when there's this time of year, we get a lot of groups of people together where there's things simmering under the surface, family stuff, things like that. Sometimes it's good to manifest a creation of space, release of tension, getting along. And sometimes we just need to say the thing that needs to be said. And this helps protect truth tellers. It's great also for public speaking, for like facts over feelings kind of stuff. This is great for, there we are. Sorry about that. Little bit of a technical glitch. I'll just repeat what I just said. So this is blue tiger eye. It protects the truth tellers. It protects people that have to stand up and say the thing that needs to be said. I've always been that strong truth teller. I've always been the one that's like in the Hans Christian Andersen, like the little kid that says, why is the king naked? Like that's always been me. Always been me. This is very much an extension of that energy. But this is also just when you need to stand up for yourself, when you need to speak the truth. And also the blowback that comes with being the truth teller. There's also a lot here for calming anxiety and stress, which, bringing in that sense of ease and that we're not necessarily expecting things to be difficult for us, this can be a great stone for that. So really helpful for the throat chakra. I love using this alongside blue lace agate, which allows us to be sensitive when sensitivity is called for, and the blue tiger eye being just a little bit more blunt when blunt and forthright is what's called for. So go ahead and vote on which one. You are not limited to just one vote. Hintity hint, hint, hint. And I am going to quickly explain what Reiki is, and then we'll come back into the healing. So for those of you who are new or returning, my name is Danielle Stimpson, and I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I teach online Reiki certification classes, and you can learn more about those in the description below. There is a link to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. I also have links down in the description for my community Discord, my crystal shop, and all of my social media. So what is Reiki? Well, the style I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and this style is named for the method's founder. This particular method was founded in the early 1920s by Mikao Usui. And this particular method founded by Mikao Usui, he had a number of different spiritual influences in his path. He studied and was a Tendai Buddhist monk, so he studied esoteric Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, and at the very core of this energy practice, the concept of energy itself that serves as the foundation of this comes from Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everything has a soul and everything is interconnected. Everything is overlapping. Yes, we have our own energy and we are our own beings, and everything we do kind of ripples out, and our community kind of ripples into us as well. One of the many energies at play in this interconnectedness is a spiritually guided soul energy, or spiritually guided life energy. And this is what Reiki actually means. So this particular energy is not my energy, nor is it yours. It's an energy that we all have access to. My opinion is that it's flowing through all of us right now, and we all have access to it. Essentially, Usui's method is one way that we can connect to this energy and direct it to someone for their greatest good, where their body, mind, and spirit would use it in the best possible ways. Our body, mind, and spirit is using this energy in the best possible ways every day, all the time, even without us thinking about it. Much like we're mostly made of water, but we don't really think about that. Same with Reiki. It's flowing through us. Our body knows what to do with it, just like it knows what to do with the water, and we don't have to use our conscious mind to focus on those individual functions within the body. When I connect with this energy and I direct more of it to you, you may feel it on a physical level, like having physical sensations in your body. You may feel it emotionally and have some feelings kind of shift or come up. You may notice your subconscious coming up and your mental thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and things kind of coming to the surface. You may notice some intuition opening up and getting some intuitive messages, guidance, wisdom, pictures, words, thoughts, things like that. It could be a combination of all of the above. It could just be a deep sense of inner peace, relaxation, and calm. You may just take a really good nap. It probably will be some combination of all of those things together. Whatever it feels like to you, the best thing you can do is get as physically comfortable as you can. Sitting, lying down, doesn't matter. You can close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open, you can just sort of notice how you feel. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent. Just notice. If you feel like your mind might be racing, or if you're not quite sure, just go ahead and take a deep breath in and out, and it'll kind of be a reset for you to just allow you to gently reset back into the session. At the end of the session, you'll hear my voice come back in, and I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out. And at that time, I'll reopen the chat. You can ask any questions that you have. You can also share any experiences if you feel so inclined. If you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. You can share those in the comments or reach out to me on social media. Just as we are all interconnected in terms of the distances of space, like miles and kilometers, don't really matter. I can send it to you wherever you happen to be. Well, neither does the concept of time. We're still all interconnected. So even if you're watching this in the future, you can just go ahead and relax and enjoy this session. Conversely, you can also, if you're here live, tune in anytime that you want. Go to the past healing streams and watch an older one and just sort of sit there with the intention to absorb the healing. You can sit through the beginning and enjoy all of the lovely chat, or you can simply skip ahead to about the 45-minute point or so. Generally, when you see the lights begin to shift, you know that's when we're getting into the healing. Speaking of which, when the session begins, I will turn the lights down and the music up. If you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, she's listed in the description below and has her own channel. Additionally, the lights will be turned down and move slowly and gently through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. During this session, you can do anything that helps you feel cozy. You can lay down, you can sit up, but you can also journal, stretch, get up, play the guitar, whatever feels right. This is your time for you. I will be sending for 25 minutes, and this time is absolutely yours to use as you see fit. Thank you so much for being here. This is an honor and a pleasure to share this energy with all of you. And for those of you who are here right now with me live, it is November 30th, 2022, and I am recording the tarot readings for all 12 signs. Those are going to start going up tomorrow. So definitely subscribe with your notifications on to make sure you don't miss out on those. So again, thank you for being here, and let's dive into this session. Okay, so what is everybody's feelings about the grid? I think it looks extra beautiful. Yeah, just need to, there we go. So everybody go ahead, get nice and cozy, lay down, sit up, get a blankie or don't, whatever feels right. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in, it looks like both. go. And yeah, thank you all for supporting one another in the chat. That's something I've struggled with before too, in bad relationships and stuff. Yeah, that's in my path too. It's no fun. No fun. But I'm glad that, support is how we get to the other side. So for what little I can provide, I'm happy to bring it to the table. And if you do need any resources, if you're in the Philly area, I can definitely direct you to a whole bunch. There we go. Awesome. So there's our kyanite, and here is our blue tiger eye. Let's see. There we go. So everybody getting nice and cozy. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to send you all some Reiki. I will see you all in about 25 minutes. Enjoy your session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out, allowing yourself to slowly come back. Thank you so much for being here today. It was an honor and a pleasure. I have a kitten snoring over here. Let me know if you have any questions or anything to share. You're so welcome, JS. Thank you, Korakar, for putting that out there. You're welcome. Yeah, this community is amazing and growing every day. You're welcome, Maria. Oh, Heart, definitely. And Sean, yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, Heart, tonight I am teaching until 8:30 and then I'm free if you want to reach out. Sorry about that. It's been a wild week over here. You're so welcome, Emma. All the best to you. I know it's not easy. You're welcome, Maricela and Melissa. It's so wonderful to see you both. So remember, tomorrow is no streams. It's Thursday. Friday, I will be back at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. And Sunday, 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. JS, absolutely. I did get the package. I haven't been able to personally pick it up yet. The owner of the building has it. So I just have to connect with her and get it. So thank you for sending it. I will have it. It is safe. I will have it in my possession shortly. Yeah, so I will let you know as soon as I get a chance to get my hands on it. I can't wait. Awesome. Oh, fantastic. So, yes, definitely go ahead and... Okay, cool. Thank you, JS. Thank you, Heart. Thank you for understanding. So everybody, there is still some sales going on my website, on the Crystal site, and the you can just go to learnreikiphiladelphia.com/shop and scroll all the way down. You'll see the gift certificate sales. The gift certificates are $1 a minute, and that's only through tomorrow. Well, actually, yeah, tomorrow at midnight, that offer comes back. So that covers tarot readings, everything. And there's also a crystal sale. So if you're in my Discord or in my email newsletter, you should check your spam or your promos. If not, go ahead and subscribe to either of those. I'll be sending out a reminder. Y'all are so welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. Deeply appreciate all of you. It's good to see you, W. Absolutely good to see you. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here because I need to go teach my level 1 Reiki class. It's their last week, so it's exciting. We're gonna send each other some distance Reiki today. It's so much fun. But yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Oh, and definitely remember to subscribe with the notifications on if you want to get those tarot readings for all 12 signs. They do start going up tomorrow, the 1st. The first couple are already recorded. So yes, absolutely. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. I'm so glad that explanation worked for you. I'm so glad that was a helpful analogy. You're welcome. Yeah, definitely blessed and quick healing, everybody. Hang tight. It's okay. Next year's going to be a little different. It's okay. The light at the end of the tunnel is not another train. It's okay. But yes, I will see you all soon. Have a beautiful rest of the day, and don't forget to take care of yourselves, okay? Blessings to everyone, and see you again soon. Bye for now.